What's up, guys? Third video in 3 days, I believe. Eek. Anyway, I wanted to make a video about the draft, and I did that. Well, I made 2 videos about the draft, one pre, one post. I did the review of WrestleMania 14 yesterday, and today, I mentioned at the end of the draft video that I wanted to talk about the prestige of titles in the wrestling business, because I think a lot of people are of the believe that the top titles titles in general in wrestling are nowhere near as prestigious as they used to be. So I was rather than go through every single title in the world right now, I thought I would address 3 majors in the States: Ring of Honor, TNA, and the WWE. Obviously, since the WWE is the biggest company, let's start there. And then, with TNA and Ring of Honor, you will see a stark contrast. Now, the WWE, they've put a bit of focus on the WWE title. That is probably the most prestigious title in the company right now. The Miz, they had win the title, although in dodgy circumstances. And whilst I don't think they built him right, especially in terms of main eventing WrestleMania, I don't think he was in the right position or the right. He'd been built up enough to the point where people would want to buy WrestleMania to see him be the main event. And whilst he'd drawn a lot of heat, and he was popular in that heelish sense that fans would get behind him because he was maybe more because he's someone different and because he's not awful on the mic than for his overall presentation. Because I don't think The Miz is exactly the complete package. But he's not far off. I think he just needs to sort of rope around his ring skills and maybe get a slightly better set of 2 count moves, big moves that could sort of... Because I other than the skull crushing finale, I don't see Miz doesn't have any signature moves. Besides that clothesline in the corner thing, where he jumps in and his legs go through the ropes or whatever. But yeah, the WWE title for me is the most prestigious. Whilst I would like to have seen it different. I would have liked to have seen Miz come in, win the title. That's fine. The way they did that was fine. He should have gotten a comprehensive win over Orton at TLC. He should have dominated Orton at TLC, and then he should have had a match with Morrison. Effectively, have had the match he had with Morrison at the first Raw of the year. They should have had that at Royal Rumble, because I think you have to close out the feud with Orton quickly to be able to get Miz to move on. Put Miz with Morrison, somebody he knows how to work with, somebody he's worked with before, and you can work off that. And I'd have had that second match on, but it would have been a much better ring. You could have the 4 count anywhere stipulation there as well, but it would have been a much better match than what Miz and Orton were delivered at Royal Rumble. It would have been able to follow the great opening match Ziggler and Edge had, and it would have made. I think it would have made the Royal Rumble a better show all round. Plus, it would have made Miz look like a more legit champion, where he's getting his big title defense at the pay-per-view as opposed to on a Raw. Morrison gets a title shot. He looks like a legitimate contender, so it's good all round. But Miz, one of the things I think WWE really missed the beat on was that Miz should have come in and won at the Elimination Chamber. Doesn't matter how he wins, he just needed to win. He needed to retain the title in the Elimination Chamber. I think for a champion to retain the title in that sort of match, no matter who they are, no matter how they do it, you beat 5 other men, you look like a legit champion. You know, like it, and I think that would have gotten to the point where, oh my god, he got through, he survived the Elimination Chamber. Alright, maybe I don't like him. I don't think he's good in the ring or whatever. But he got through the Elimination Chamber. He's still the champion. He's going into WrestleMania as a champion. My god, they're pushing this guy, and fucking hell, he got through the Elimination Chamber. I just think it adds more credibility, and then you can have him go over Cena. But you have to have him go over Cena clean. You can't have The Rock screw it. Like maybe The Rock comes out and distracts Cena, and then Miz gets the pin. But Rock does not interfere in the match. He can do what he did to Cena, but he'd do that after the match, not during. Anyway, the WWE title is the most prestigious. Then you'd have the US, I'd say, because Daniel Bryan was built up sort of. Well, maybe not actually. No, I'd have the Intercontinental. I think the Intercontinental titles, and then the US, and then the World, which is. It's quite obvious that it's not really thought of highly. It opened WrestleMania. The champion came in and vacated the title, and rather than rush to get a new champion, which is what I think they should have done. They should have just put the title on the winner of that battle royal, or maybe had that battle royal winner, had the battle royal to open the show, and then had the winner face Del Rio later in the night for the title, and then you can have a rematch at Extreme Rules, but with Del Rio being drafted over to Raw, I don't see Del Rio winning the title. So to an extent, you've basically given over you've given away the finish of your pay-per-view, which kind of sucks, really. But case on. Tag team titles. I had a very hard time trying to figure out who the tag team champions were. It's Kane and the Big Show. Titles have no credibility. Kane and the Big Show as champions is just wrong. You need to have the core as the champions. They're fine. That's fine. But you need to build up a chase. For the titles to have credibility, you need a strong heel tag team to be carrying the titles. You need to be going around saying we're the best, blah blah blah, and then you want the challengers to come in, and you want the challengers to sort of build themselves up, maybe come through with the tag teams and build themselves up, build some momentum, then go for the titles, then lose. The heel team cheats. Then maybe they get another shot, or maybe one of the partners gets taken out or whatever. But you just build it to the final match where maybe you put them in a cage, in a tag team match in a cage. So there's going to be no outside interference and anything's legal and yada yada yada. And then you have them win. That's the only time faces should not carry the titles unless it's been built to. Unless they are a very good team, you have to have a very 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 good face team to be able for them to be able to carry the titles. So, in rare occasions you can have the titles on tag team, but Kane and Show are just one of those teams. They've held the titles together before. They're pretty much an unstoppable team. Pretty much. But, it's hard if you have if you have this indestructible team as a champion, it kind of loses its durability, because you're just expecting the undefeatable champions to win every time. And who eventually went over Show and Kane? Yeah, Spirit Squad. Spirit Squad beat Show and Kane for the titles. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. And that just shows that's another point. There's no credibility to those titles. And the Divas title, who even gives a fuck? You know, put the title on a Bella. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Karma's gonna come in, kill everybody, or Beth is gonna come in and kill everybody. Oh, I hope so anyway. Oh, I don't know which to address first. The clusterfuck that is TNA. Yeah, TNA. Your world champion is well past his prime. Your tag team champions they're a strong tag team, but I can't remember the last time they defended the belts. I don't keep up with TNA though, so maybe they defended the titles on the Impact or something. And the X Division champion Kazarian, again, don't know the last time he defended the title. But it's been a while. The world title has no credibility. Jeff Hardy made sure of that. The tag titles and the X Division title. Beer Money and Kazarian are good champions, but again, the faces. Normally, you'd want to have the heels. Beer Money are a tag team that can pull off pull it off. They're one of those tag teams I said you need a good, if you're going to have a face tag team, you need a good team. I think Beer Money are one of those teams that can pull off being champions for a lengthy reign. Kazarian, I think he's underutilized, to be honest. I think he should be in the main event picture, because he's got he's sound technically. He's got that high flying aspect, but it's not overplayed. He's not one of these spot monkeys, where he's got a nice balance, and he's got a good physique as well, and he's got a good look to him. He's pretty good on the mic as a heel. So I think Kazarian should be in the main event picture. And that's my take. I'm a big Kazarian fan. I'm a Kazarian mark, I'd say. Him and Rude, two guys that I think they really need to push. Rude as a heel. Rude turn on James Storm and break them up, and him have a feud, and then push him to, because he could carry the title. He could carry the world title. I think Rude should win the title at Bound for Glory. If they do it right, they can do it. I don't care how many months there are between then and now. If they turn him soon, then they can do it. At least in my opinion. And then there's a TV title, which is, it's ridiculous. Gunner. Who the fuck is Gunner? I just knew this tag team with jobbers came in, and now one of them's a TV champion. Talk about, like, who else has held this title? What? Rob Terry. Yeah, the title's got so much credibility. When AJ and Doug were fighting over it, it had some credibility, but now it's just nothing. Nothing. You make your champs look stupid because you don't have them defend the titles, and you make your champs look stupid because when they win the titles, they beat nobodies, and you just pass the titles around like it's nothing. Why? Why do you not want your titles to have any credibility? It's just, it's frustrating as a viewer, because I want to, like, as every wrestling fan should, I want TNA to succeed, but they don't know how to do business. They don't do business properly. You're going to give your world title to the oldest guy in the company, barring Hogan and Flair, and Bischoff. Is Bischoff older than Sting? I don't know. One of your oldest active wrestler in the company. Why would you do that? I know Sting is Sting. Sting is Sting. Fine. Don't put the world title on him. It's like putting the world title on The Undertaker. Why are you going to do it? What is he going to achieve? What is putting the world title on The Undertaker going to achieve? What is putting the world title on Sting going to achieve? It's going to say Sting, who is 50 whatever, who is 633, I don't know, is better than everybody on your roster. Everybody. What's that going to say? What's that going to say? It just tells the viewers that you do not know how to run a business. And in very stark contrast, TNA, Ring of Honor even. And their titles are probably the most credible of the three companies. You've got Eddie Edwards, who's the world champion. Now, the world title reigns in Ring of Honor do not last a cup of tea. You don't see a month-long reign in Ring of Honor. The shortest reign of recent times was a transitional reign, was Roderick Strong, which was brought on because Tyler Black was leaving for WWE. So they were forced into it, which is, I mean, if you're backed into a corner and you don't really have any other solution, and you have to put title on him, fine, put title on him. That's fine. I like Roderick Strong, and I like him as champion. I would have liked to have seen him carry the title for a little bit longer, but whether will be. The fact of the matter is, the title reign was still over 100 days. Over 100 days. Well, I don't know how long exactly it was, but it was not a short title run. It was several months. So he won the title Glory by Honor? Glory by Honor 9? Was it Glory by Honor? I don't know. Yeah, I think it was Glory by Honor 9. And he lost the title at Manhattan Mayhem, which was last month, I believe. And Glory by Honor was, what was it? September maybe? That's 6 months. 6 months. When's the last time somebody in WWE had a 6 month title reign? It wasn't John Cena. But yeah, the world title in Ring of Honor does not get passed around. You have to earn that title. I mean, just ask Dave Richards. And World's Greatest Tag Team. Kings of Wrestling had held the titles for so long. And when they finally passed the titles on, they passed them on to a great tag team. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin are arguably, seriously, it's not even a moniker. I seriously believe that they are one of the world's greatest tag teams. They have the athleticism and the high flying abilities of Shelton Benjamin, who is a credible main eventer in his own right. And you've got the ring prowess and technical ability of Charlie Haas, who is sound, seriously, he's one of the best technical wrestlers you will ever see. He's a better wrestler than Shelton, pure wrestler, but Shelton is obviously more over. But Charlie's one of those people that if he's put in the right situation, he can do what needs to be done, no questions asked. Tell him what needs to be done, put him in the situation, he'll do it. He's just one of those guys. I think you could put him with Grizzly Redwood, and they'd still make a good tag team because Charlie can make things work. And then you've got the television champion Christopher Daniels. I don't really think much of the TV title. Ring of Honor need a third title for the lower card guys, but I think Christopher Daniels isn't the right guy to be maybe not right sort of guy to be carrying it. I think maybe somebody a little bit lower down the food chain. Maybe Mike Bennett or Michael Elgin or Kenny Omega. Somebody more in the mid card. Somebody who's sort of up and coming, as opposed to somebody who's already fought for the world titles on several occasions in Ring of Honor. So. But yeah, all in all, if you're ranking the companies, you have Ring of Honor up there. You'd have WWE down there. You'd have TNA somewhere down there. But yeah, that's how I feel on the credibility of titles in wrestling, at least in the three majors in the States. Elsewhere, I think there's a bit more credibility to titles in places like Japan and Mexico because title reigns last longer, and they have more credible champions. They don't have people who aren't necessarily 100% ready for the title they don't have them holding it. Miz. I'm out. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm out. Later.